Here with Senators assistant coach Stefan Legein as Belleville continues its three-game road trip here in Utica tonight. Want to go back to Wednesday first. A nice victory over Rochester. Really good start, first 40, and then the Amerks says they kind of do at home, push back there early in the third. How did you feel about Wednesday's game, and maybe what was the difference between how you guys came out of the gate and maybe that little lapse there in the third period?
Yeah, I mean, it was good. We were able to establish ourselves early. We got to their goalie quick. Which is important. He's a great goaltender, so to be able to get him on his heels early was good. As for the third, they're a good team. They're going to push, and that's something that if you want to be a good team, you have to continue to be able to ride the ebbs and flows of a game. And hopefully, as these situations go on, we're able to stop that a little bit quicker and stop the bleeding faster there. But, it was a good effort. We found ways to win. A lot of different guys stepped up in different ways, and there's a lot of teaching from it, but every day you're looking to get better, and it was just an opportunity for us to continue to clean up those areas.
Special teams were perfect on Wednesday, and it's been really good on both sides of late. How proud are you of the work the guys are doing on special teams, and maybe what have been the keys?
I mean, on the PK side, the guys are just committed to the details. Soup spends a lot of time with them talking about where their sticks are, where they need to be in lanes, and it's working. We're shutting down some really good power plays just through structure and commitment to defending and hard work. And, it's been awesome to kind of be able to get momentum from those things. And then same as the power play, it's been able to create goals lately. But even when we're not scoring, we're in the zone, we're able to create offense, we tire out top players, and then that bleeds into the next couple shifts 5-on-5. So on both sides of it, it's just been, from the players, a commitment to details, an effort, and an understanding of what we're trying to accomplish with whether it's 4 guys on the ice or 5 guys on the ice. We just seem to all be on the same page, and it's working really well. And hopefully it continues the rest of the weekend.
You always hate to see players get hurt, but when they can come back in the lineup and make an immediate impact, as Jamison Reese did on Wednesday, that's always a great story. Maybe what can you say about him and just kind of the way that he's come through camp and responded to having to deal with that early season setback?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. You spend the whole summer getting ready for a season, and then after the first period of game one, you're on the shelf for a bit. But it's just a credit to him. He worked really hard to come back. He's had a few injuries in my time in Belleville, but he seems to do a really good job at working through them and getting himself back in. And he plays really good games coming off all his injuries. So, it's great to see. You're happy for a guy to get a goal. He establishes himself back into the lineup right away, gets that confidence, gets that momentum going. And again, hopefully that's something that continues with him and just stays with the hard work, because that's what got him there.
A couple more questions here with Stefan Legein. We don't always shed a lot of light on the PTO guys, but Mark Duarte stepped in on Wednesday, and he was blocking shots and was out there pretty noticeably. How do you work a player like that in on short notice, and how did you feel about his Belleville Sens debut?
Yeah, I mean, it's a challenge. He had a tough travel day trying to get into Belleville. There's a lot of new things. It's never easy to join a new team for the day before a game. You go on a road trip. There's just a lot of moving parts. But it was just his effort. He was willing to work. He moved his feet. He's a smart hockey player. He had good details. And, when somebody has that speed, if they're willing to use it, it's going to generally lead to a lot of good things. And that's what Dewey was able to do. Whether he was in on the forecheck, if he was tracking back, or just in good spots defensively, it gave us a real kind of calming presence, knowing what you're going to get from a guy. And it was great. Hopefully he can continue to build off it.
All right, and lastly, we were in this building a week ago, and obviously things did not go Belleville's way. What needs to be different tonight to reverse that result here at Adirondack Bank Center?
I think we just have to establish our game early. Last game I didn't feel like we ever got into the flow of the way that we wanted to play, and credit to Utica, they played a good game. They probably executed their game plan. They were all over us. They were getting pucks behind us, made it tough for us to break out. So hopefully we can flip the script, and from the first shift we can kind of establish our mindset. We're a heavy team. We want to get in on forechecks. We want to turn pucks over and look to establish time in the O zone. So if we're clean with our puck play, if we're all on the same page, we should be able to get into their zone and hopefully stay there for a while and get the result.